Hey guys, thanks for watching. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have this full glam cut crease glitter ombre eye, just total full glam makeup look. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this look, then please keep watching and make sure you subscribe. So today I'm starting off with my brows. I'm using my Meet Matte Nude palette. I've been using eyeshadow to fill in my brows now for the longest time. Because my hair color just is always changing ever so slightly. I dye my hair this color, so it's always kind of fading, or when I first dye it, or when I really need to dye it, so it's easy to just use eyeshadows, but I fill in my brows with eyeshadow. And now I'm going to go ahead and clean them up. I'm using the Naked Skin Concealer, which I forgot I loved so much. I just picked some up again, and I'm really happy to have it back in my life. So once I'm finished with my brows, it's time for my eyes. I like to prime my eyes with concealer as well, so I'll just be using the same Naked Skin one and just kind of buffing it out with my fingers. I like to use concealer because it covers everything on my eyelid. I have redness on my eyelid, I have a little bit of veins that you can see on my eyelid, so I just like to cover them all up, and then I'm setting them with my Ben Nye colorless powder. And to start off this eye look, I'm using Petal Pusher from Makeup Geek. Makeup Geek is a great brand that has a lot of great shadows at really affordable prices. And you can make your own palettes or mix and match, and it's a really cool brand, so you guys should totally check it out. I'll leave everything that I use linked down below. So yeah, I'm really just going to be building up this color. It is on the less pigmented side of the colors that they make, but I really like the color nonetheless. And then I'm using Bitten from Makeup Geek, which is this really pretty dark kind of burgundy red color. I'm working that all the way, all around, all over my crease. I'm not being too precise with this quite yet because I want a lot of this color to show through in the end. And I'm also bringing it pretty far into my inner corner. I've been doing this a lot recently, especially with my smoky eyes, and it just adds so much drama to them. It looks really nice. And then I'm just going back into that original brush that I used with Petal Pusher, and I'm buffing everything out. So to add a little bit more drama and dimension to the look, I'm picking up the medium brown shade in the palette, and I'm working this onto my outer corner as well as my crease. I'm bringing it pretty far in as well. I'm still going to be a little bit more precise with this, however it is going to get pretty blended out. As you can see, I'm using a smaller brush, which I will still leave linked down below. I'd like to point out I ended up doing a full cut crease instead of a half cut crease, which I had originally planned. So if you're going to go ahead and do a full cut crease and not a half one, and you're following this exactly how I did it, then it's not really necessary to have that dark brown so far down on your lid on the outer corner, just so you guys know. And so now to really intensify and smoke this look out, I'm picking up the dark brown that I used as my brow shade, and again I'm doing the same thing with that same small defined brush. I'm putting it on the outer corner and into the crease, and then I'm just blending out with the red and the other dark brown that I used in the first place. Now once I have the desired smokiness and depth to my eye, I'm going to go ahead and just make a nice sharp line with a makeup wipe. This is where I decided to go a full cut crease, and then I'm using the Naked Skin Concealer to cut my crease. I'm drawing just a little bit above my actual crease, so I'm really hugging that dark brown because I do have a hooded eye, so that tends to get covered up. And then out here, I'm going to go ahead and start to kind of wing it out and follow up that angled line that I made with my makeup wipe. And then I'm just going to fill the lid with concealer, and that is how I cut my crease. And then I'm just going to do the same thing to the other eye. So for my outer corner shade, this is also unplanned. I'm taking Venetian Red from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I am using that as my outer corner color. So I'm taking a flat shading eyeshadow brush and I'm working that right up next to that dark brown. I'm putting it on the little wing that I made with the concealer, and I'm bringing that about halfway onto my lid, and then I'm using the golden shimmer shade. I'm totally blanking on what the name is, but there's more of a pearly looking one and more of a golden one. I'm using the golden one. I think it's Vermeer. But what I'm doing is using that as my inner half lid shade. I'm bringing that all the way up to my crease, right next to that tight line, and I'm blending it with Venetian Red, which I think is a really, really, really pretty combination. So that's what I'm doing, and then you will go back between the two lid colors just kind of to make sure everything's blended, but I left that out because who really wants to see that? And then I'm taking this eyeliner from NYX. This is a really, really, really pretty shade. I have one that's a little bit more yellow, but I didn't want to go too yellow, but I definitely wanted some gold glitter in this cut crease. So what I'm doing is just following that cut crease line. Pretty self-explanatory. It is detail work, so it takes a minute, but it's definitely worth it. The end result is so pretty. And now I'm going to go ahead and draw on a little wing because I don't want to distract from all the work I just did. I'm using the Balm's Schwing Liner, which is a new favorite of mine. So once my eyeliner is done, I'm going to move on to my face. I'm kind of going to speed through this because it's the same routine I have. I'm priming my face with my NYX Pore Filler. I'm working that onto my nose and T-zone area. And then I'm dropping my NYX Drop Foundation, I think that's what it's called, Total Drop Control, onto my face. I know this looks super yellow now, but it is wet right now. Once it dries down, you guys will see it matches my skin a lot better. It's like, I don't want anyone to think like, you know, I'm blind. But here it's a little bit more dried down and you can see it looks a lot better than it does wet. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm going to be highlighting today with my Naked Skin Concealer, of course. And my favorite way to do my foundation and my highlight and pretty much almost anything on my face that's not a powder is my sponge. I do have dry skin, so that makes life just that much a little bit better. That extra hydration really helps. And then I'm going to go ahead and set my under eye with my Ben Nye colorless powder, as well as other places that I highlighted with the concealer. So we're going to go ahead and finish off the lower lash line. I'm using Bitten to kind of line everything, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Vermeer shade. I think that's the name of the golden shade that's on my lid, but I'm going in halfway on my lower lash line with that. And then I'm just taking a really nude eyeshadow to blend them out. I'm adding the Balm's, what is it called? Scuba Mascara. I'm adding the Scuba Mascara to my top and bottom lashes and my Salon Perfect number 614 lashes, and that completes the eye look. So now we can move on to the rest of the face. If you guys remembered, I did not set my actual face because the liquid foundation really dries nicely, and I'll do anything to avoid extra powder on my face that I don't need because my skin's so dry. So I'm going straight into contour. I'm using the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, and I am contouring with the gray toned highlight shade I showed you guys. I'm doing under my jaw, of course, my cheekbones, my temple, and then I'm going to hit my nose really, really lightly. So I didn't do anything crazy with my nose today. And then I'm also just using the highlight shade that's above the contour shade I used to not really bake, but just further define my jaw area. After I was done contouring, I decided I needed a lot more warmth to my face, so I'm adding the Tarte Hotel Heiress bronzer. This is hands down one of my top favorite bronzers. I've been using it religiously all summer long. And then I'm just going in with NARS Orgasm. This blush always, I just feel like it goes with almost any look that I create, so I'm using that. I use it all the time. And then I'm using one of my Makeup Revolution highlighters. It's so pretty, so affordable. I love it so much. I'm really hitting that brow bone. I didn't realize I did that much. But I'm doing my chin and my Cupid's bow. And can we just talk about the highlight on my cheekbones? Like, my new lighting setup is just making my highlight look amazing. And then the last thing we need to do is lips. I believe this is the shade All Fired Up from MAC. It's a really pretty hot pink shade. I was just feeling really bold with my makeup today. Like, I went all in. I normally stick to neutrals and nudes, but I was feeling myself today. So this is the finished look, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Again, I said I was feeling really bold, so yes, I'm super happy with how it came out. I need to play more with colors and cut creases, and yeah, so that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you thumbs up and subscribe for more tutorials like this one before you leave. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!